Hello everybody, this is KalciumGaming, and today I'm going to tell you the story of the only time I successfully managed to pick up a girl that I just met, and why it went south massively. Okay, so on the screen I have some Titanfall gameplay. It's attrition on colony. It's nothing special. I just started out, so I kind of not so great, but I just put it up there for something to look at. So onto the story. So recently I've been more getting myself out there in terms of the relationships and dating scene, and so one of the best spots, well, because I still go to school, and in my school it's slim pickings, and that's not because like there's no attractive girls, but it's because the attractive girls either A, already have boyfriends, or B, are total bitches. So yeah, what I would do, or what I do, is I go to the mall and just talk to random people. Like it's really, I just talk to people, and like that's it. Like what have I got to lose? And so and as you may have guessed, it doesn't usually work at all. But it's fun to laugh about it. I bring friends along sometimes, and they sort of watch. And so in this particular instance, I was at the mall with my good friend. Let's call him Steve. I was at the mall with my good friend Steve, and he had brought his girlfriend. Let's call her Rosalina. So Steve and Rosalina were I was at the mall with them, and we were just walking around, and I was sort of scouting out. They were doing the girlfriend boyfriend thing, and so we walk into a comic book store, and this is it's Newberry Comics, so it's not just comic books. If you've never read Newberry Comics, it's like everything. You have comics, video games, music stuff, just things like that. And so we were in there, and I was looking around a little bit. They were looking around, and they both, or at least Steve, is really into like. Well, no, they both have record players. I don't know. I can't say that either of them are really into records or anything, but they both have record players. So they were at this over like by the record section. And they were like picking up records and looking at them and whatever, and so I was like just standing by them, and keep in mind that this is not like the beginning of the day, so this is sort of like into the day, and I've already tried to talk to people, and I've already got shot down, and there was like haha laughs, and that was so funny. And so this was like near the very end of the day. Like we had to go in 5 minutes, and we were just making a quick stop. So they were looking at the records, and I was just sort of standing there, like not awkwardly, but looking like a third wheel because they're boyfriend girlfriend. So I'm standing there, and I'm surveying the store at this point, and I look, and literally like 15-20 feet in front of me. Well, there's this like there's these t-shirts of bands, and so there's like a wall of those, and I see this girl, and yes, yeah, I know, a girl. And so I see this girl, and she's looking at the t-shirts and just sort of like browsing around and whatever, and immediately this girl strikes me, and she's like my perfect 10, like just everything, just perfect 10. And so I'm like, I have to go talk to her, and so I try and think. I'm thinking of something to say, and I come up with something, and so she's standing right next to like a Led Zeppelin t-shirt, and so I stroll up nonchalantly. I pick up the Led Zeppelin t-shirt, look at her, and then I say, I was thinking about getting this, but then I was like, no one's really heard of Led Zeppelin, so I don't think anyone would really get it. And then she gives me this look of like a kind of, not like a scolding look, but it was like a kind of funny, sort of laughing, "Are you serious?" type look, if you know what I'm saying. And so I laugh and I tell her, "No, I was just kidding. I'm just joking. I know who Led Zeppelin is." And then we start talking, and things are going fantastically at this point. Like, it's not usually when I would talk to people, they seemed so off put by it. Like, they were like, "Who the fuck is this random guy coming up to me? What the fuck is going on?" And so, but this was not like that at all. Like, she was just completely like, wasn't off put by it at all. And then I was smiling and she was smiling and angels were dancing around and Cupid was shooting arrows and there was like sparks, like 10 times of the sun flying everywhere. And so you get the picture. So we're talking for a little bit, and things are going fantastically, and Steve and Rosalina are still looking at records and sort of like kind of looking over, and so I'm like, I finally say, because we were talking about music, I finally say, if you had to pick one artist that you'd say is your favorite, you know, who would it be? And then she says the name of somebody, and I didn't see. Now when I talk to people, it's important to note that I don't really. And even when I do things like this, like YouTube videos, I don't think, and I don't know if that's a good way to describe it, but I just sort of turn my brain off and just do whatever feels right, or say whatever feels right, more so. And so with every girl I talk to, like, the first time I talk, I cannot remember, like, important details of stuff. Which really screws me over sometimes, but that's the story for another day. So I was like, if you had to pick a favorite artist, who would it be? And she says the name of somebody, and I'm like, oh, I'd love to give them a listen, or him a listen. I don't have anything to write it down with. Could you text it to me? Yeah. Yeah, and so she's like, okay, like she's completely like fine with that, like she's not off put at all, and I'm like, this is going so fantastic, and I'm like really happy at this point, and I see her, I tell her my number, and she puts it in, and then she shows it to me, and I don't know if I didn't look close enough, and she did get it wrong, but I just sort of said like, yeah, that's right, and so she puts in my number, and I see her send a text. Right? Like, so it's not like she just didn't text me because she's like, this guy's fucking weird. Like, I see her send a text, like, listen to, and then whoever it was, and I'm like, okay, thanks. And my phone's off at this point because it's farther into the day, and like, so I was like, okay, you know, I gotta go now, but I'll get back to you on what I think of him. And so, because I think it was a guy, and so me, Steve, and Rosalina head off, and through the whole car ride, I'm so like excited to get back home and get my phone on the charger, so I can talk to this girl and have this like maybe have a thing, and my mind's racing with all these ideas and how things could turn out, and so I get back home. And I plug my phone into the charger, and this is where it gets kind of sad, so cue sad violin music. I plug my phone into the charger, I turn it on, and I have 1,000,000 texts, but none from her. Yep. It didn't go through or something, and so that was like a month ago, so things with her, I'm pretty much writing it off now. So this is one of the more sad experiences of my bachelor single man life. So yeah, so that's the story. Leave a like if you enjoyed. If you did not enjoy, you can feel free to dislike the video and post a comment telling me why you did not like it. If you have the time, obviously, don't feel like you have to. But it would really help me out a lot. So thank you. If you really like this video and you want to see more like this, subscribe. I do these videos occasionally when I'm too lazy to edit a real video or do Let's Play. So these are gonna be coming out a lot because I'm really lazy. So yeah, thanks for watching. I really appreciate all your support, and I'll see you guys on the next one.
Nice move. Finish the job. Bad news, boss. The IMC are way ahead of us. There's still some time to catch up, though.
Hey, your Titan will be ready in 60 seconds. Be advised, Titan's ready in 30 seconds. Titan ready in 15 seconds. Okay, your Titan's prepped for launch. Call it when ready. You got it. Stand by for Titanfall.
Pilot, looks pretty grim. We don't have much time left for a comeback. Pull it together.
Warning. Severe reactor damage sustained.
Pilot, your Titan will be ready in 2 minutes.
It's over, guys. We lost. Fall back to base.
Pilot, it's time to clear out. Head for